Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sneha, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the best lipsticks you can wear under a face mask without worrying about it transferring or smearing. I've tested over 30 lip products for this video, so if you'd like to see which ones made the cut, please continue watching. So over the past few weeks, I've been testing both lip liners as well as lipsticks to wear under a mask and find out which ones do not transfer onto the mask. And as I've mentioned before, I've tested over 30 different brands and I've narrowed down to my favorites. Also, do stay till the end so that you can get the tips that I have for making sure that these products actually last on your lips. So let's get started with the lip liners first. I tested 15 lip liners overall, and out of those, 6 of them were actually transfer resistant. Now, I'm not going to be wearing every single shade and showing you guys for this video, but I will show you one that failed and one that passed. So you can see the longevity and the transfer resistance or not so resistance in the two products. So here I'm going to wear the MAC lip liner in Spice, and as much as I love the color, as you can see, it sadly transfers. So this is definitely a fail. So the brands that failed were the MAC regular lip liners, the Smashbox lip liners, the NYX lip liners, the Makeup Forever Artist line of pencils, the Jordana lip liners, the Easy Liner ones, then the YSL lip liner, Urban Decay 24/7 lip liners, Rimmel lip liner, and then the NARS lip liners. Now moving on to the ones that did actually pass the test. So just as an example, today I'm going to be using a Charlotte Tilbury lip liner. This is the shade Bond Girl. And as you can see, there's a little bit of color coming out from the inside rim. That's probably because I didn't get most of the cleanser out from that area. But what you see mostly on here is the concealer that I cleaned up my lip area with. And even when I've talked with the mask on, you can see that there's absolutely no transfer onto the mask. So the formulas that did pass this test are the Linda Hallberg crayons, the Charlotte Tilbury lip liners, Pat McGrath lip liners, Estee Lauder Double Wear lip liners, Makeup Forever Aqua pencil lip liners, and the Esom dual-ended lip liners. Now moving on to liquid lipsticks, I did test over 18 different brands, and then for some brands, I also tested multiple shades just to be sure that that particular shade was not the only one that did pass the test. Surprisingly, in the liquid lipstick category, 12 of the brands actually passed the transfer resistance test, especially if you're going to follow the tips that I'm going to give you guys at the end of this video. So the ones that did fail are Dose of Colors liquid lipstick, Ofra liquid lipsticks, Fenty Stunner lip paints, Too Faced liquid lipstick, and Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks. So for this demo, I'm going to be using the Fenty Stunner lip paint in the shade Uncensored. It's a beautiful red shade. I'm just going to wait for it to dry completely and then doing the transfer test on a tissue. You can see that it clearly transfers quite easily. Even though I have quite a lot of pigment remaining on the lips, the point of this video is that I don't want it to transfer to the mask. So here, once I've worn the mask, you can see that it definitely did transfer onto the mask. Another brand that performed okay in terms of transfer resistance, but it has a dry, crumbly texture, so it's not something that I would recommend, is the FW Beauty liquid lipsticks. Now onto the ones that did actually pass the test. My favorite, hands down, is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Lip formula. It is absolutely stunning. I started buying one shade and then I've ended up buying a few more, but this one does not budge. Another one is Danessa Myricks Color Fix. These are fantastic. Again, they do not transfer once they have set. Then we have the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks, PAC Retro Matte Gloss formula of liquid lipsticks, Nabla liquid lipsticks, which is the Dreamy Matte formula, the Huda Beauty Matte liquid lipsticks. Then we have the NARS Power Matte Lip Pigments, which did pass. Then we have Color Drain liquid lipsticks, the matte formula, Lime Crime Velveteens, the Smashbox Always On liquid lipsticks, and lastly the Stila liquid lipstick. So from these, I've also tested multiple shades for some of these formulas, such as the Maybelline Superstay one and also the Danessa Myricks Color Fix and the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks. So for today's demo, I think I'm going to stick with my favorite, which is the Maybelline Superstay. Again, just waiting for it to dry completely and then doing the transfer test onto the tissue. And as you can see, there is minimal transfer. And again, when I wear the mask and do these crazy expressions and talk, the lipstick stays put and does not transfer onto the mask. Also, I love that this is at the drugstore price. So I picked these up for £6 each, so it was at a really good price. Now, do keep in mind that a lot of this will also depend on your face anatomy. So how full your cheeks are, how big or tall your nose is, how wide it is, how the mask fits on it, how forward your chin is. So depending on that and how snugly the mask fits on your face, it's going to affect how much of your lip is in contact. Obviously the size of your lip as well will impact how much of it transfers onto the lip. My mask fits quite nicely, as you can see from this, but it does not touch my lips unless I'm talking. Also, if you have a more prominent chin, maybe these results will be different because your chin will also kind of protect how much of the mask comes in contact with your lips. Now on to the tips that I can give you to prolong the wear of these lip products. The first thing to do is exfoliating your lips. This is something I like to do not every night, but anytime I feel any dryness, I include exfoliating my lips as a part of my nighttime skincare routine. Generally, I would just scrub my lips with a towel or with an old toothbrush, but I recently picked up this e.l.f. lip exfoliator and this has been really good. This is the one in brown sugar and I've heard really good things about it and have been really enjoying it. So once you do that and get rid of the dry skin on your lips, remove the exfoliant and make sure you're applying a really nice lip balm that suits your lips. So again, I'm doing this the previous day. Generally what I would do the next day is apply lip balm when I'm applying my moisturizer and all of that under my makeup. So I would do that, and then at the end of applying my makeup, I would apply any lipstick of choice. But that didn't work for any of these brands that I have mentioned. The ones that have passed, they would fail if I followed this method. So I did have to change up my method a little bit. It's very important that your lip is completely dry. So if you do apply lip balm during the skincare prep, make sure you remove every trace of the lip balm when you get to the stage of applying your lipstick. I generally do that with a tissue or with something like this. So any microfiber cloth will do, or any of your makeup eraser. Those kind of cloths will also work for this. Your lips may feel a little dry, especially if they're dry like mine, but just stick through this step. We will add a little bit of moisture towards the end. For lip pencil, it's pretty straightforward. You just apply the lip pencil. But for liquid lipsticks, make sure you're applying a very thin layer. You're not applying too much of the product. I've seen that if you put too much, especially on the outside edge, it can transfer even though it's a transfer resistant formula. So just make sure you're applying a very thin layer and an even layer all around. If you struggle with the applicator, you can always use a lip brush to apply the lip product. Next is to wait for it to dry completely. This is important again. Do not apply anything else on top, no gloss, no lip balm, nothing on top till the formula is completely dry. Now once the lipstick looks dry, just double check by blotting onto a tissue just to make sure there is nothing coming off. And if there's no transfer, it tells you that the lipstick is ready for wear under a face mask. Now you can go straight ahead with this if you have like normal lips that don't feel too dry. But if you have dryness like my lips do, especially when you've been swatching so many lipsticks, what I like to do is take any lip balm. So this one here is by Embryolisse. So any clear lip balm or even colored one might work. So I just take a little bit, warm it up on my finger and just pat it on the center portion, just the inner portion of the lip. That's where I generally find dryness. So I just apply it right there, but avoiding the outside edge of the lips, if that makes sense. And then for added security, if you really want to lock in and make sure there's nothing transferring on, I would take a translucent powder, take it on a small brush like this or any small brush and just pat it on the edge of your lipstick. Again, that will ensure that even if your lip balm has slightly gone up, this will take care of it and prevent transfer onto the face mask. Another tip is if you are eating in between, so taking off your mask, eating, and then you're going to be putting the face mask on, just be careful with what you're going to eat. Most foods will have some form of oil, and depending how much oil is in the food that you're going to eat, it might break down some of the lip product. So carry a tissue in your purse and blot after that, just to remove the oil, thereby preventing the transfer back onto the face mask. And that's it, guys. I am resuming work today, so I will be wearing these lipsticks under a face mask. If you found this video helpful, definitely give it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to my channel. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!